Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to start with my holy grail favorite foundation, the Dolce & Gabbana Matte. It is a little hard to find in the States, so if you go to my blog under makeup, I have a direct link of where you can locate it in the UK and have it shipped over. That is what I do because I am still just so in love with it. If you don't love a matte finish, then I would try the Too Faced Born This Way for full coverage and the YSL Touche ECLAT All-in-One Glow for lighter, I would say light to medium coverage. But for matte foundations, this is my absolute favorite. My second favorite would be the YSL Matte, Forever Matte Foundation. If you are wanting to get it color matched in the States, that one you can find. So we're just gonna apply that all over. Then I'm going in with Tom Ford's Shade and Illuminate Cream Contour and Cream Highlight palette. This is in shade number 2. I should have gone with shade number 1, but if you are olive complected and above, go with shade number 2. They also have a shade number 3 for very dark complexions. And if you are my color or lighter, then stick with shade number 1. Don't make the mistake I did. So I am applying this with a cream highlighting and contour brush, dual-ended brush by Charlotte Tilbury. I really like this brush. I use it with all my cream highlighting and contouring products. And I'm just applying my cream contour in the normal areas. I do have a more in-depth video on my YouTube channel about where you should be applying cream contour and highlight if you are a beginner in that area and want to know where you should be applying it and why. You can always check that video out. So I'm just applying the cream contour all over the areas that I normally apply cream contour. And then we will blend it out here in a second. This product was a little harder to blend than I was used to. This is my first time using this product. I think what I would do differently is buy the right color. I should have stuck with shade number 1. And it does dry down a little fast, I think. So I would probably apply like the cheekbones and then go ahead and blend it out. And then apply the forehead and then go ahead and blend it out. Rather than applying it all and then blending it out at the end. I think that what happened is on top of a matte foundation, it ended up just drying out a little too quickly and then it made it harder to blend. I do eventually get it to blend, but it took much longer than I would have liked. And so my tip for this product, the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate, is to do one section at a time and go ahead and blend. You may not have this problem if you don't use a really matte foundation. So I'll have to try this product again on a more dewy finished non-matte foundation. So after I blend it, I always go back in with a beauty blender on top of anywhere that I'm blending and just further blend with a beauty blender. Now I'm going to conceal / highlight with the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using neutral light. And I'm applying this and again in all the areas that I normally highlight. If you want to see a more in-depth video, that is on my YouTube. And then I blend out my highlight with a beauty blender and not a brush. So damp beauty blender always. Some people still don't know that your beauty blenders need to be damp. This is just a mini beauty blender. Your beauty blenders do need to be damp. That is the whole point. So I'm just lightly blending out all those areas. I don't over blend them because I want them to stay nice and bright. So I'm just blending, blending, blending. That's the key. You want everything to blend together. I like the mini beauty blenders, especially around the nose and under the eyes because I can keep that highlight exactly where I want it. I have a pretty small face, and so the large beauty blender can kind of put product where I don't want it sometimes. So especially in areas where I want to be more detailed, like around the nose and underneath the eyes, I always go in with a smaller beauty blender. And then the larger spaces, I will use a large beauty blender to blend all that out. And so we're just blending. I almost do like a reverse highlight and contour with my nose. I don't go in crazy with the dark color. I would rather take that concealer all the way to where that contour is on my nose so that it looks smaller rather than putting 2 really dark brown strips down the center of my nose. And I think that's probably a good tip for a lot of people. And then I just lightly blend out those lines with a really small, this is basically just a powder brush. This is the Luxie times Jady Weighty brush if you're interested. It's what she uses to nose contour. And if you want a really good nose contour YouTube tutorial, Jady Weighty is your girl. So I just, again, stay very precise with everywhere that I put, right underneath my eyes and with my nose. And then I just blend the edges out with a larger beauty blender or my foundation brush, just so everything blends seamlessly. I'm showing you this because I want you to see, I could just speed this up, but I want you to see how much time I take blending all of this out, because blending your products together is what makes it look so flawless and seamless. Okay, now we're going to go on to a liquid blush. This is the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. This is very pigmented and intense, so just use a little. Now I'm going to use that highlighter in the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate. This is not like a glitter highlight. This is more of a wet look. So it's going to give you a more subtle sheen is the way to kind of describe the highlight. It's like a sheen from within. So almost like you're just adding in the dewy and the glow back to your foundation or back into your skin, since the foundation is matte. Then I'm going to set underneath the eyes with Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's the only thing I will set underneath my eyes with. I take the damp mini beauty blender and blend out all of the little under eye creases, and then immediately set it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. For all over my face, I typically will use the Hourglass translucent powder, but if I really don't want it to settle in my fine lines, which I'm starting to get around my mouth, my smile lines, then I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. It is the most finely milled powder, and it does not settle in your lines. It's pretty incredible. So I will use that typically all over my face. I just didn't show it on camera. But for under the eyes, always Laura Mercier Translucent. This is MAC's bronzer in Give Me Sun on a Benefit bronzer brush. And I'm just going to further bronze up the areas where I applied the contour. We're going to set the face with Urban Decay's Makeup Setting Spray and De-Slick all over the face, generous amount. Don't talk or move, kind of let it dry down. I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury. This is her iconic nude lip liner. I love all of her lip products. I love a lot of her products. But this iconic nude was named after Kate Moss, and it is the perfect nude for my skin tone. And if you like more of a brown nude and not a pinky nude. For a pinky nude, Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury is beautiful. But for a brown, true nude, like J-Lo kind of nude, the iconic nude is gorgeous. And so I am lining my lip. I only overline in the center portion of my lip. So just the bottom center of my lip I will overline, and the top center of my lip. But on the sides, I stick with my natural lip line. That's how you overline your lips without making it look obvious. If you overline the entire lip, it's way too obvious. So only overline the center portion of your lips. That's also going to give you more of a pouty lip look anyway. So you'll see I line my normal lip, and then just in the center, I go right on the outside and just those areas. This is Charlotte Tilbury's lipstick in Kate. I think it's called Kate. Kate Moss. It's named after Kate Moss. Nude Kate, maybe. Again, I will leave the links for everything with the names down in the description box. So I'm just applying this all over. It's another gorgeous brown nude. Very true nude. And I really like her lipsticks. They last a long time. They're nice and creamy. Her lip liners blend like a dream. They go on like a dream. Her products are just great. And then this is MAC's Myth Lip Glass. And this is what gives you that definite kind of like J-Lo nude. It's like a cream. And that is what we're going to apply all over as well. I wore this makeup for several hours, and that lip did not go anywhere for at least a couple of hours. So that's pretty good in my opinion. I mean, obviously didn't eat and drink. I was just filming and taking photos and things like that, but that's still pretty good. So this is the overall look, guys. If you want me to do the eye look, just let me know.